That's me. Stop. Hold up. PMG.
Everybody, it's Benji, better known as Moiciara, and today's video is going to be about Sistas, Tyler Perry Sistas. As you guys know, it by, and I love Sistas. Y'all don't know I love Sistas. Like, it's one of my favorite dramedies, soap opera style shows. So, I don't know. I didn't want to do reviews on it first. Because, I was like, I enjoy it. But since the show has kind of like created such a momentum behind it, like, I'm like, hey, why not? So, right. I'm going to pretty much talk about all the characters. So, as you know, it's Andy, Sabrina, Karen, and Danny, 4 girlfriends, and they all kind of going through their own, relationship style dramas and things like that. So with season 4, where we're currently at or whatever, I have my issues with Tyler Perry. We're gonna get to that. Cause you can be a fan and have issues too, right? So but right. So I'm gonna say the storyline is good. It could be better if there was more consistency in the storylines. So I'm gonna start off with Karen. So if y'all haven't watched Sistas, y'all might want to watch it prior to watching this, because I'm probably gonna spoil some tea or whatever. So last season, Karen and Zach were going through their, official like breakup. Within this time period, there was like a $7,000 hotel bill or whatever. They never came back to it. We don't know what's going on. I don't know if Tyler Perry threw that little Easter egg out there. Easter eggs are pretty much like little things that we want to keep in mind of throughout the series or whatever, just in case it pop back up. If y'all watched If Loving You Is Wrong, If Loving You Is Wrong, y'all would know why I'm being or saying the things I am. Because If Loving You Is Wrong had one of the worst television endings, I want to say probably since Moesha and Miles missing and we not finding out who was pregnant. So yeah. But anyway, let's bring it on back. So they never quite answered those questions, so we don't know. Now this season where we're currently at, Karen is supposed to be pregnant. She believes that the baby is Zach's. I don't believe it's Zach's. I believe that it is pastor, the preacher. I can't think of his name right now. I believe that it's his baby. But I believe she wants to believe that the baby is Zach's because clearly that's who she was with. She claimed the timeline between her and the preacher don't add up. Woo woo. That's why she believes that it's not his. I'm like, okay, girl. All right. Whatever you say. We'll see tonight when the new episode come on and what is given. Cause yeah, she thinks we'll find out tonight. Because clearly she was hung up on Zach. She wanted Zach to tell her that he wasn't in love with her no more. And I'm like, girl, like, he's moved on. He's with Fatima now. He's living his best life. Allow him to live that. And you supposed to be moving on. You're with somebody else. Like, it ain't like you single. And she slipped up and called the man Zach's name or whatever. Karen been so all over the place. All over the place. And I don't know, y'all. So boom, enough of her. That's pretty much where we at right now. She ended up telling the preacher guy, I cannot think of his name for nothing, it's annoying me, that it went off last week that the baby might not be his. I'm like, all right, whatever. Boom. So then we're gonna go to Danny. So Danny, she was dating the white guy named Rodeo. Can't think of his real name either. What is going on? I cannot think of his real name either. She's dating Rodeo. And currently they're not together because she said she felt like he was overstepping his boundaries and stuff like that. Now, a lot of people on Twitter was like, oh, he is, and he's displaying his white privilege because he came into her home unwillingly and things like that. But I was saying, I personally feel like she was copping out. Instead of her, I felt like she took a more defensive way to respond and react to what he was saying and how he was doing it, knowing that he wasn't thinking about his actions and how it could affect her. We get that part. But I felt like she was running with that giddy up, and didn't give him a chance to kind of really put himself in a place where he could digest what she was saying and like, okay, and be more apologetic about it. Danny fucked up. She ended up running into her old friend. If y'all don't watch all the Queensmen, he's on there. His name is Fuego. He's one of the strippers, and then they end up having sex. Rodeo came in. They was, he was about to head out and all that stuff, and he wasn't dumb, so he bounced. They split, whatever. So currently, Fuego came back over. They got intimate because Danny ran into White Chocolate Rodeo, and he was at Karen's salon with another lady getting her hair done because they were about to go on a date, and they just started dating and carrying on woo. And then she ended up came back. The episode kind of was winding down with her coming back to Karen's salon, and she was like, I came back. He's gonna take care of it this time. Child, it was giving like, girl, you looking thirsty. You're looking thirsty, sis. Here goes some water. Sit down. Cause we know that there's a chance that Nanny and Rodeo are gonna get back together. The issue that I have is they're trying to throw in all these extra romances here and there. Like, so Fuego, he's doing his thing with Danny. Then there's the guy who worked at the undercover cop who works. The undercover cop who was at her job at the airplane. At the fucking airport. And he's like, oh, I like you, and whoop-de-woo. After this man ran up in the girl's house, child. He ran up in the woman's house talking about, oh, he was undercover cop and this was his job, this is what he was doing. She was like, show me that badge, because she had the knife in her hand, child. She was like, no, I'm not believing that. Show me some proof. Show me some proof. And I didn't blame her one single bit. I'm like, hell yeah, you can't just be popping up nobody's home. And that's why I'm like, Tyler Perry, he be having them play moments. Like, well, the scene come across like back door. Go through it. Stage setup change. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And that's how I be giving me like, what happened? Where did this come from? So yeah, that's what's going on with Miss Danny. Let's get to it. So here we go with Sabrina. I don't want to say I don't like Sabrina's storyline, but her storyline is one of the storylines that grinds my gears the most. So I'm gonna give y'all a little wrap up. So over time, she's been dating this very metrosexual guy named Calvin. And the season, when they first introduced to each other, he was like real feminine. Like he, had a lot of feminine qualities. So She ended up finding out that he had two gay fathers. You know, he was adopted. Whoop de whoop de whatever. All that. Boom boom boom. Goes further. He likes to wear women's underwear. Goes further. He likes to be pleasured. Um, you know, anally. These are the issues that I have with Tyler Perry, because he wants a thought-provoking storyline, which is fine, which is good. But realistically, how many African American women have a relationship where they're pegging their husband, their boyfriend, or whatever? Now, only relationships I know that's like that, people that's playing on my neck of the woods, you know, like it might be a trans girl who's, you know, topping a more masculine man, or a trans man having intercourse with a, you know, a gay guy or something of that whatever, you know, like it's more common in my neck of the woods than it is in a more heterosexual. Now don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people who do things behind closed doors. If you follow me on Twitter, there's this guy, you know, who's into those things. I mean, okay, let me bring it on back. There's quite a few quote unquote straight black men who indulge in self-pleasuring of anal. I don't know, maybe I'm old school gay. I just can't I can't see it. I don't see it, y'all. Alright, whatever, we gonna move around that. Okay, anyway. So for the longest, they've been trying to get their relationship on the course. They go from, they wasn't exclusively together, so Calvin decides to sleep with some young woman. Sabrina started talking to the guy who worked at the bank, or whatever, and then she realized that, you know, she was just getting too wrapped up on everybody. Like, she's so easily influenced. They love that about that naivety about her character. Like, she's so easily influenced. Like, she just kind of like, oh, I don't know. Like, girl, like Maurice said, he's like, make up your mind. Make up your mind and do what you feel like you want to do. Want to be with Calvin? Be with him. If you don't. Do what you feel like you want to do. I love Maurice character. I don't care what Tyler Perry did. One thing he got right about the story, about the show, is he got Maurice's storyline down to the T. I love Maurice. Hopefully they'll never change nothing about his character. Love it. So, currently, Calvin and Sabrina decided to go out on dinner, go to a dinner or whatever and stuff like that, which was cute. And then this guy come over there. He's like, oh, don't I know you? Whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. Stuff like that. And Sabrina's like, oh, yeah, I met you. And then, the guy, you know, Calvin, he's like, oh, so you just going to disrespect me or whatever? And, hold on, y'all. He was like, oh, you going to just disrespect me? And he was like, oh, I didn't know that y'all was on a date. I thought you was probably like, you know, pretty much saying like, I thought you probably one of the girls, you know. And, you know, he's like, no, I'm not. We're on a date. This is my girl. You know, they was trying to have Calvin with this more masculine role. He was just seeming so aggressive and so assertive. And I'm like, what? Tyler, what are we doing? Why are we throwing this all the way around? Why, Lord? Why? It was killing me. I'm like, he ain't been acting like this. He hasn't acted like this literally in no episodes, maybe one, when I think he had called Sabrina a bitch, whether when he was drunk or something like that. That's literally the only time we seen Calvin aggressive. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So then he storms out. He leaves and stuff because he was just fed up with Sabrina and shit like that. So pretty much that's what's going on with them. Andy. Our pride and joy, little Miss Andy. So, Andy, y'all. Where can I start? So, she started dating this guy named Gary. We hate Gary. We don't like his ass. We can't stand Gary's ass. We hate Gary's ass. So, Gary was supposed to been this like the beginning. Like, he's supposed to be going through separation or divorce from his wife at the time when they started being together. Find out Andy's an attorney. He was gonna help. She was gonna help his wife divorced him, but she didn't know that was his wife at the time. Then the wife found out that they were together because some things just wasn't adding up. The woman jumps from the policeman in the parking garage or something like that. I don't remember that scene, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, child. All right. I'm doing find out Gary's involved in some mess about some money, some fraud, and he wanted to move Andy out away from everybody. They did a raid. They took everything from her. Took keys. She couldn't even get back home. None of that stuff, child. It was a hot ghetto mess. So then, top it on off, as the story gets better. So then they go through, their whole little relationship thing. She take a bag. Then he want to get married. Wanted to put a ring on her finger. Put the ring on her finger. It's a lock on the ring so she can't take the ring off. Then he does the surprise wedding. No invite guests. Do a little photo shoot. Child, like, it's so much stuff. Like, it don't make no sense. Then the ex-wife, she gets out of jail or whatever hell she was at, comes to the house. She shoots him. It's a rubber bullet. It was rubber bullets in the gun, y'all. This was one of Tyler Perry's ding-a-ding-ding moments. I can't stand it. So, nonetheless, there were rubber bullets, so he didn't actually get shot. The police were trying to get her before, when they came in the house or whatever, because Andy was sitting there like, don't shoot, after she thought she had shot, or his ex-wife had shot him. They storylines so all over the place. I think she helped the man get out of jail. Yeah, her storyline. So now she's supposed to been liking the new guy who worked at the attorney office. He find out he ended up owning the attorney. She ended up having a romantic rendezvous with him and another lady. She thought, it was so funny, y'all. She thought Gary and him knew each other. We all did. I was like, but she was dreaming. What's his name? Robin. I like Robin. He ain't fine or nothing, but I like Robin though. He alright. He got a little whatever. I'll take anything over Gary ass. Then Gary decides to shower her with a bunch of gifts, y'all. He had like a car, all the designers that she wants, and stuff like that. It was just a lot. And then he trying his hardest to win her back, after she said it was a wrap. Because she came back home, her panties were the wrong way or some child. Whatever. And then, like, she came home. I'm skipping. She came home. The damn sex, he didn't want to have sex with her because all he could think about was another guy touching her or something. Child was so stupid. He was like, he can't see himself having sex with her. So the sex therapist and then a model was sitting on top of him or whatever, trying to see if he could, be sexually aroused. Child, it's so much going on. If y'all not watching Sistas, start watching Sistas. That's all I can say. Start watching Sistas. That's pretty much it with Andy. I just know Gary couldn't be my man. I had to cut him off. And I'm trying to figure out where he get all his money from. I thought his money was like gone because of the stuff that was going on. Maurice, love Maurice's character. So they got Maurice's character. He don't have his trials and tribulations. He got, he do drag or whatever on the side. Him and Sabrina are really close because he worked at the bank with her. But he's always like the voice of reason. He's silly. He's entertaining. We love everything about Maurice. So there's nothing you cannot like about Maurice unless you just don't like gay people. That's it. Period. I love his character. But now he's wrapped up in this romance with the guy who used him, held him at gunpoint, wanted him to rob the bank. He ended up getting caught. He ended up wanting to turn himself in to Maurice because he realized, you know, that he wasn't the right thing to do, and Maurice the only person who's really been there for him, and whoopie whoopie woo. Find that they're gonna release the man from prison. They're gonna do that, and what can I say? I feel like they're gonna play this romance out between them because they're gonna see if. I mean, it's a reality. You know, people date people that's in jail or whatever. It's a reality. So I feel like they're going to play this storyline out, you know, to see how the viewership responds to the storyline, which is fine. It's good. It's interesting, most definitely. Then we have Fatima, which we love Fatima down. Like, she's like the fifth girlfriend, but not the girlfriend, but she is the girlfriend because she works for Andy at the law firm and things like that. And her and Zach are now together. That's Karen's ex or whatever. She helped him out because he was in jail, and it was a program or something. I can't remember, but it was a program to get him back on the right track or whatever the case may be. But Zach is, you know, in the money. He won. He did like a stock thing, whatever. So now he's in the money. He's making money. Think life is good. They're getting a home built. Life is good for Zach and Fatima right now. They don't went through their little relationship hiccups, whatever, because she didn't want to be in a relationship, but she really likes Zach, so she wants to take that next step. So she's doing that. But she has a little hating the hater. So hating ass, they had a little rendezvous or whatever like that, and he sat here and tried to sabotage everything that Zach has going on because he wants him back in jail so he can get back with her. And she's like, what are you not getting? Like, it's not going on. We're never going to hook up again. That was a one-time thing. That's it. You don't own me. Stop acting like you own me. It went so far that she had to sick the goons on him to get his ass beat up. He's in the jail, y'all. Last week episode was so funny, all right? He came hopping in the parking garage on the crutches, y'all. It was so funny. That was an excellent scene, Tyler. Excellent scene. What else happened? No, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it with my Sistas review. I don't want to hold y'all too long because I want to see, you know, how y'all engage with this. Please like, comment, subscribe. As you guys know, I do reviews, I do some mukbangs, I do some topics. I haven't done no topics recently. I'm gonna have to dust off my old little notes and look in there and see, but I've been trying to focus on my reviews and stuff like that because clearly this stuff is happening, you know, in a weekly manner or what have you until this stuff go off, and I probably have a little break for a little minute, and then I could probably squeeze in some more stuff. You know, that's why I'm trying to get these videos out, because this stuff is current, it's actually happening and stuff like that. I appreciate most of you guys for watching, sticking around to this mark, because I don't know how many of y'all actually gonna watch the end of the video. But yes, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video with anyone, everyone. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.